Hi, I'm Tami Utley. Today we're going to be doing some molding. We're going to do some cookie molding and some sugar molding. I have some Springerle cookies here. I have German heritage and my grandmother made Springerle. And then I have some Marzipan and some fondant. You can use any kind of a cookie recipe that will hold its shape when it bakes, or like gingerbread was one of them. Or you can use just a basic sugar cookie and mold fondant to go on top of it, or candy clay to go on top. So I'm going to show you how to use these molds, how to use these molds. These happen to be from House on the Hills, where these particular ones are from. And then this is, I think, a Pampered Chef mold. I want to show you that it doesn't have to be the wooden molds. It could be any kind of a cookie mold or sugar mold that will work with this technique. And then we're going to paint them. I'm going to show you how you can paint the different things. These are actually the Springerle cookies right here. Notice how white they are. That's just the nature of the recipe. They're very white and they're very hard. They're meant for dunking. But I actually have some fondant and some marzipan here, so we're going to be doing it all. What I also have is a little powdered sugar. I have a lot of gel colors and some alcohol. The highest alcohol content is the best, like Everclear, which is the highest you can get, but you can't get that everywhere. So I'm just using vodka. You can also use lemon extract, which also has a high alcohol content, not lemon oil, it's lemon extract. And then there's the powder dusts. I'm going to be using some cookie cutters to cut out my shapes, and I'm going to be using a couple different brushes here. You can use flat, round, all the way down to a tiny liner. Okay, so it just depends on how big a surface you're painting, on what brush you're going to use. So we'll go over that when we get there. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's do some molding. So what I have are the House on the Hill molds. There's a couple places you can get Springerle molds or cookie molds. There's, many people, different companies sell cookie molds. But the Springerle molds, which are my favorites, these have lots of intricate designs, and they've just been around, the typical antiques. I have a couple of the old ones from Germany, but these are replicas of those antiques, and the detail is just stunning. So, and they have them for every season. These just happen to be springtime ones, and Easter. This is bunny and an egg, I think, or something like that. These are bunnies in a basket, and this is a round rose, and then this is, I think, heart and rose, or rose and heart, or birds and rose, or something. I can't remember what this is. But you can easily find this and many more on any of the Springerle sites. Like I said, these are House on the Hill, but there's Springerle Joy, and there's a couple other places that have these kind of molds. Let's go ahead and mold some things. The cookies are molded the same way we're going to mold the fondant or the marzipan. So it's the same technique. So what you want to do, if you're doing a sugar base, which means candy clay, fondant, or marzipan, which are sugar-based candies, you're going to use powdered sugar. Okay? So I'm going to dust my surface with, you can actually dust it with cornstarch, but I dust it with powdered sugar, and then we're going to roll it out. Okay, and you need to roll it out to about a ½ inch thickness. I know it seems very thick. In fact, that's probably a little thin. It all depends on your mold. This is a pretty deep mold, so this may need to be even deeper. Same with this. This is a very deep mold. But this mold is not as deep, so I can get away with not, the rose doesn't go down that deep, so a ½ inch is perfect for me. What happens if you do not roll it out thick enough? Well, I had a lot of experience with that. So what you're going to do is you're going to dust your mold. Now you can use a pastry brush to dust your mold, or when my grandmother made them, my mom was the one that had to use the pouch. So that's what they used. And I tap the excess out. And then what you're going to do is place it on, and you're going to press directly down with both hands firmly and evenly. Okay? Then you're going to lift up one corner and then the other. And what you can see here, I'll turn it around for you, is that I didn't get the detail here of the flowers. These flowers are carved, and there's detail there, and same with the bunny ears. Okay, I didn't get the detail of that, and that's because it wasn't thick. I didn't have this thick enough. okay? So I just squish it up and re-roll it and leave it thicker, okay, is what I would do, which is what I'm going to do. That's what happens if you roll it too thin and you have a mold that needs something, has, you know, details. So we'll just squish it up and redo it.